Whatever you're doing, it should be according to the self-decision concept and you act accordingly required part here. I'm Kumar, I'm Mohan. They should not say, we are all a one. We work for the organization, we support for the organization. Open is for internal as well as for external, but here in the closed, it is going to consider only the internal components. If there is a small changes in our development in the human resources, obviously we can achieve something in the society. Warm welcome to third sem B.Ba student. The subject we're discussing organizational behavior and we are into the fourth unit, organization development. I'm Professor Rajesh L.R. from Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram, first grade college, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Our agenda for organizational development, we are going to discuss about the introduction part, meaning, nature, competences, ethical guidelines, which is important for 15 marks. Process of organizational development, entering and contract, 2 marks question, diagnosing, 10 marks question. Say, if I listen and understand the concept, whatever we have here, and if you write in your semester examination, you can secure the full allotted marks and you can get through from the subject easily by securing centum marks. Understand all the concepts where you can get better marks in the examinations. Introduction to organization development. See, every organization or every business wants to think about a small changes is required. So our business has to be developed, or to develop that, what are the things are required for us here. Development of organization is a key issue for the overall development of human resources to enhance the goal achievement. They're saying that if there is a small changes in our development in the human resources, obviously we can achieve something in the society. So those concepts, if I have a goal of providing quality services, quality goods to the market here, so then proper human resource support is required for the organization, and present employees of the organization strategies has to be changed, and we have to develop their knowledge, skills, or any other required part, whatever it is there for the achievement of the goal. Organization development is an intentional work designed so that organization does better and increase its profitability. They're saying that one, if we think properly and if we utilize the concepts properly, definitely there will be increase in the profitability, and organization, whatever the strategies it has, it can be achieved easily. Meaning of OD. OD is a technique used for bringing change in the entire aspect of organization rather than focusing attention of individual. They're saying that one, instead of one person here, I'm thinking of the entire organization. Instead of changing or bringing development of one person, let us bring for entire organization where we can have better benefits for all the employees and for the organization. Definition by French and Bell. Organization development is a long-range effort to improve an organization by problem solving. They're saying that one, organization are to be developed, or we should require some development concepts of the organization. Means first, whatever the issues are there or the risk facing by the organization, that has to be solved. That is nothing but they're saying solving problems and renewal process. Organization development is done through more effective and collaborative management of the organization culture. They're saying that if we change small strategies of the organization and the culture of the organization, automatically we can develop our present status of the organization in the market and get benefited from the changes what we have adopted, and that is called the development of the concept of the organization. Nature of organizational development. OD is an education strategy for bringing a planned change. They're saying that when Organization development is nothing but it is a type of education strategy what we are applying in the organization based on our planned changes. They're saying that I'm bringing a planned change. Already I've decided what should be done and when should it be done and how it is going to be benefited for individuals as well as for the organization. Those things. Organization development is related to real problems of the organization. Whatever the organization is facing the issues, either it may be production strategy or human resource problems or whatever the problems they are facing, to overcome from that and to bring small changes in individuals. So the organizations will think and make such a plan that one how it can be benefited for individuals and even for the organization by motivating them or by bringing some new concepts, new strategies and adopting the concepts within the organization as well as outside the organization, or bringing the changes in the organization structure, organization culture, or financial aspects of the organization, or application of financial or investment funds in the organization. Any one concept will be changing the entire strategy of the organization, which will be supported for the organization for benefits as well as to earn more profit. OD seeks to build problem-solving capacity by improving group dynamic and problem confrontation. They're saying that when the group dynamic means there are certain groups are there which can be adjusted for any type of environment and they're going to adjustable for everything. Such type of dynamic concept wherever we have here. So those groups can be changed with the concept of problem solving and supporting them and giving responsibilities, that is ARA, accountability and responsibility and authority, responsibility and accountability. If we are giving for the employees and we are supporting them and motivating them with the help of financial, non-financial, whatever it may be, that when we are bringing some changes for the benefits of the individual, if we say that one, definitely they're going to accept the things. If I say that one, it is benefit for the organization or the employer, they never accept. Again, instead of one problem, so another problem will be added for the present one. Instead of that one, always we have to say it is betterment for the individual and to the society. OD is long-term approach which takes 3 to 5 years. Normally, if I want to bring small changes in the organization, minimum it takes 3 years or maximum it takes 5 years. Then only we can say that one, this is the changes affect what and how it has got benefited for the society as well as for this one. OD is a dynamic process. So it is going to be introduced in such a way that one in any environment it can be adjusted and it can be used with the benefits. OD research based. Before making any changes in the organization think that one, let us see and have a trial for the changes here. So they introduce certain concepts and they check, they verify. After verifying, again they're going to make analysis of the concept. Then they want to introduce the concept in a actual working concept related areas. Competencies of OD practitioner, managing and measuring work. So now the organization will manage whatever the work they have here based on the division of work, and they check that one, they measure the work in terms that one, how much work we have, how the work can be segregated and divided in such a way that one all the employees involved and support to achieve the goal of the organization. Diagnose and analyze. So diagnose the entire issue, whatever it is there in the organization, analyze the situation from where the problem has arisen, either through individual or group or due to the wrong strategies adopted by the organization, where and how the problems have been arisen either internally or externally. Planning and prioritization. So plan in such a way that one, which problem has to be solved immediately. If I solve this problem, where it is going to give more effect for me, means in the positive concept here, and which problem I have to do in the next, and which has to be done in the last concept here, which is not required in the present. If I do that one, that will not benefited. Again, it is going to create another problem for the organization. So first list out how many problems you have and from where you have that problems and how it can be overcome with the support of bringing some changes for solving those issues easily without making any issues or like having the strikes or lockdown of the industries or employees not coming for the work properly, more absenteeism and not producing the products properly, not giving actual output required for the sales concept here. So all these issues has to be overcome means now which has to be solved first, whether payment of wages, payment of salary, or purchase of raw materials, and where I have to step into and which has to be solved. Think that one and give more problem solving and decision making. OD is always introduced in such a way that one to solve all the problems whatever the organization is facing and even to take better decisions for the profitability of the individuals as well as for the organization. Have a process and project management. So make in such a way that one while solving the problem, which process has to be adopted, how to solve that problem. Let me go in this way. Let me have A, B, C as a process or I have to adopt any other concept for to complete the task and having the less risk in the industries as well as less risk in the employee's mind and even overcoming from the issues without any hurdles or without giving any trouble to the existing employees. Self-awareness should be there, speaking and presenting. So do in such a way that one, have a discussion with all the employees, give some information to the employees, what it is happening, how it is going to be benefited. Either it may be benefited now or tomorrow for you and it is going to be good thing in your life in the upcoming days. So think that one and then take a proper decision. The present in such a way that one where they have to accept easily, strategic ability and written communication. And whatever you want to communicate here, always it should be in a written format here and it has to be circulated and signed from all the employees so that it supports you in the future if the organization is going to face problem. And you can say that one information has been already communicated for all the individuals and who have agreed and who have accepted the changes what we are bringing. It is for the betterment of the society as well as for individual and even for the organization future aspects. Ethical guidelines, meaning of ethics. Ethics refers to issue practices that should influence the decision-making process in terms of doing the right thing. In other words, ethics reflect to the morals, what is considered right or wrong. They're saying that one, there should be a proper ethical concepts has to be adopted in the organization. Before taking any decision, think in such a way that one, as an employee, then you decide which is right and which is wrong. And don't think in one angle, think in all the multiple angles where you can take proper decision and support all the employees of the organization in the same way which will be benefited for you for the long run and there will be no issue at all in the organization. Ethical guidelines, whatever we have here, responsibility to self, responsibility for professional development and competences, responsibility to clients, significant others, responsibility to profession and social responsibility. They're saying that when every concept, whatever the responsibilities are there, the practitioners, first responsibility for the employer and second for the professional development, the people who have high skill and knowledge to bring some changes in a lesser risk and other concept here, responsibility to clients. So clients have to accept that one and what are the responsibility will be there from their shoulder, what type of work they have to do and how they have to support us. Everything are the OD practitioner ethical guidelines. Responsibility to self. See, act with integrity, be authentic and true to self. Means whatever you're doing, it should be according to the self-decision concept and you act accordingly required part here. Say, response for professional, accept response for the consequences of acts. Say, if you are a professional person, whatever the changes you are bringing, that should be acceptable in easiest way. Responsibility to client, serve the long-term well-being, interest and development of the client. With the concept of the development part here, with the interest of client, also think that these changes is going to support for him or not, and how it will be supported. Keeping in those things, you change the strategies of the organization. Avoid conflict of interest as much as possible. Avoid the misunderstandings or creating some misunderstanding concepts either within the organization or outside the organization. Responsibility to the profession part here, promote the sharing of OD knowledge and skill. Whatever you want to change in the organization, bring those things and share that information with all the employees or with certain employees of the organization. Think that how this can be adopted in the organization, how it is going to be benefited, how it will be motivated for each and every individuals of the organization. Act with sensitivity to the fact that my recommendation and actions may alter the lives and well-being of the people. They're saying that the decision what we have taken, which is going to support for the benefit of the employee and how it changes his lifestyle, or it may be in the present scenario, how is leading the life in the normal process. Process of organization development is that one. So we have certain 7 steps are there. Initial diagnosis of the problem. First, analyze the problem. What problems you have, where you have, either individual, departments, or in the levels of management, or in the organization culture, organization structure, or in the dealings with the outside parties or dealing with the inside parties. Where you have problem, first analyze that one, collect the data. Data collection is nothing but just it is equal to the feedback. But collect the data from all the employees separately and analyze where they are facing problem, whether the individuals are facing problem with their superiors, or the mid-level people are facing problem with the top level or lower level, or whether we have formal communication concept or informal, and what type of issues are arising, why it is arising, for what reasons it is coming there. So each and every problem can be collected with the support of data collection is nothing but feedback. And whatever the data feedback and confirmation, that you just collect all the information based on the data feedback, take a decision that one in which area the organization requires to take decisions, whether the organization has to provide proper education, training, or in the payment of wages and salaries, or in motivation strategies of the employees, where they are lagging behind. Think that one, then take a decision and which supports you. So based on that, make planning strategy for the changes. So now from the next upcoming days, let us have training for half an hour, 1 hour, and then increase that one and get into that one, check that one. After providing training, whether any changes has taken place in the organization or not. So do that one. Intervening in the system means modifying the systems, whatever it is there, and next team building and evaluation. So build a team in such a way that one where they are ready to accept every time, and always they say the concept of we are one. They never say I'm Kumar, I'm Mohan. They should not say we are all are one. We work for the organization, we support for the organization. This is a concept, it should be there. And if they have done in such a way that one, you can evaluate the concept and you can check that one whether the problems have solved or not. Then again, if there is any requirement is there, again you apply the concept easily. So same thing what we have here. See, data collection, already I've said that what specific job contribute, what kind of conditions interfere, what changes would we require, and how the data has to be collected. Collection is nothing but collecting the data in such a way that what and where and how much it has to be changed in the organization. Intervening the system, as I said, it refers to the planned program activities during the course of OD program. Planned program brings certain changes in the system. Either external consultant means bringing some outsiders and making to communicate the changes required in the organization and how it will be benefited for each individual of the organization and how it supports for their future life and changes their lifestyle in the upcoming days. So these are the things what we had. And next we have entering and contracting are the initial steps taken in the OD purpose. It involves a preliminary evaluation of the organizational opportunities for development. So first diagnose the organization. First check out all the concepts of the organization. Where and what, when, why, how much, all the issues. Planning and implementation of those changes, you decide. First plan where I have to start and how I have to start and when I have to start, from whom we have to start. It is a contract setting mutual expectation or what each party expect gain from the OD process. So you should have the mutual from the changes in the organization where it is going to be supported for individuals and even for the overall organization also. So the ground rules of working together and the stating of the proper roles of the parties involved, including the practitioner, has to be provided. That's nothing but ARA, authority, responsibility and accountability concepts has to be adopted properly. Diagnosing, already I've said that one, diagnosing, analyzing the problem where we are facing and how we are facing, what are the concepts are there and how we have to overcome with that one. See, first diagnose is an exercise attempted to make analysis. Analysis is a concept of the word diagnosis. First diagnose the organization, then organization structure and subsystems, whatever you have, and the process, whatever it has adopted in the organization. Based on this, so where the changes are required, whether it is required in my organization structure, organization culture, organization strategy, or overall organization concept only we have to change, or the subsystems adopted by it's that nothing but it was giving the benefits for the people in such a way that when credit facilities was more, change that one. From now onwards, there will be no credit facilities, only cash transactions will take place here. And instead of giving more discount benefits or giving some additional benefits over here, reduce that one and change the things, concepts where it can be benefited in such a way for long run of the organization. So what are the levels of are there? Organizational level, that means levels you just decide, and then group level, then individual. First overall organization and then make certain groups, top level, middle level, lower level. Again in that one, based on the functional thing, check purchase department, production department, sales department, marketing department, HR department, finance department, stores department, R&D department. Like each and every group has to be diagnosed and how to diagnose that one and collect all analysis. Then individual level of analysis has to be made so that it is going to give better support for the organization. See, inputs, system design and outputs. These are the concepts has to be analyzed properly in the organization level. And here, based on the function, we have to analyze. Based on the right job has been given to the individual, we have to analyze. So this was the concept what we had, and which are the models we have here. Open system model, closed system model. Open system model is suggest components within an organization are interrelated. So as I said, internally whatever is related, that is called open system. And in that one, again, inputs of information, human capital. Transformation, outputs, that is products, services, whatever they're giving, where they're facing the problem, analyze, and then take a decision, collect all the feedbacks, collect all the information, then you take a proper decision. Closed system model is only for the internal components of an organization, ignores the external environment completely. See, open is for internal as well as for external, but here in the closed, it is going to consider only the internal components and it never consider the external part of the organization. So, thank you, my dear students. In today's session, we have learned in such a way that when the organization development concept easily, and which will come for your semester examination. 10 to 15 marks questions will be there. Analyze and understand and write it in the examination to score the marks. Thank you and namaste to all BBA students.